This video is dedicated to Binder. He wanted to see a standing stretch. So if you would like a video dedicated to you, just let me know what you would like to see. Make your way to your yoga mat, stand up tall. Place your hands at heart center and select an intention for today's yoga sequence. It can be a word or phrase, whatever first comes to your mind. Lower your hands down. Place your hands onto your hips. Firmly press into all four corners of the feet into the mat and begin to lift and lower one knee at a time. Go slow. No need to rush. Just bringing a little bit of movement to your body before you find stillness. Next time your left knee lifts up, pause. Clasp your hands around the shin. Smile to yourself softly. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your chin down and back. Lower the leg down. And draw your right knee into your body. Clasp your hands around your right shin. Try your best not to place your weight into your knee. Like if you need to grab above your knee or below your knee, that's totally fine, just not on that knee. Lower the stretch and take a Tai Chi twist. Basically, you just let your arms hang heavy and you shake your hips from side to side. Find stillness. Clasp on to your left foot. Place a bend in your knee. Notice that your right palm faces forward. And find your drishti. Okay, what does that mean? Look at something in your room and take focus to it. See if you can just focus on that object at hand. Focus on your yoga posture at hand. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Lower your leg down and clasp your hand onto your right foot. Place a bend in your knee. Take another gaze at an object in the room. If you really want to work on your balance today, you can close your eyes. Notice how that might be a little more challenging for you. It certainly is for me. Release the pose and take a Tai Chi twist. Just a little bit of movement in your hips. Place your hands on your hips. Step your left foot forward. Lift it up off the ground and circle your ankle in one direction. Circle your ankle in the opposite direction. Point and flex your toe a few times. Lower the foot down. Step your right foot forward and circle your ankle in one direction. Notice that you're firmly pressing into all four corners of your left foot. Circle your ankle in the opposite direction. And point and flex your foot. Lower the feet down and roll your shoulders out a few times. Step the feet hip-width distance apart and draw all four corners of your left foot into your right ankle. Now, I know you're probably used to going all the way up onto your thigh to begin with, but I want you to notice the difference right now when you start with your ankle. If you feel secure, draw your hands together at heart center and into the prayer position. Lower your foot down, and then pick up your right foot and place it firmly into your left ankle. Remember, this is your yoga practice, so if you need to walk over to a wall, it's totally fine. The important thing is you made time for you. Lower the foot down and then pick up your left foot and place it into your right thigh. Draw your hands at heart center. You can even lift them up overhead. Remember, this is your yoga practice, so work on balance. You can push yourself a little bit more or take it easy today. Every day is different. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Focus your attention on the right here and the right now. Remember, if you think about what is ahead, you will miss out on the present moment, and all you have is right now. Lower the feet down, lower the hands, press the right foot into the left thigh. Now, I need to work on balance on this side, and I don't get up off my yoga mat often. So I have to hold on to the TV stand. And that's okay. The important thing is I'm trying and growing in my personal practice. What can you grow in on and off the mat? Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and soften the muscles in your face. Lower the foot down. If you're by the wall, come back to the center of your mat. Take just a moment. Lift your arms up overhead. Circle them back. Circle your shoulders. And take your left hand and cross it over your side body. Place a bend in your right elbow to assist the shoulder stretch. Bring some space in between your fingers. No clenching your fingers. A little bit of movement to your fingers. Close your eyes and breathe. Release the pose and change the position. Draw your right arm across your body. Place a bend in your left elbow to assist your right shoulder stretch. Do you feel any difference on this side compared to the other? Okay, so I'm going to lower down towards my knees because you won't be able to see my arms lifted up overhead. So lift your arms up overhead, place a bend in your right elbow and clasp onto it, with your left elbow and clasp onto it with your right hand. I really want you to try to rest the palm of your hand onto your upper back. And if you notice any rounding in your spine, that is completely okay. Now change sides, place a bend in your right elbow and clasp onto your left hand. Firmly press your right palm into your upper back. Can you straighten up a little bit more? Draw your low belly in and up and breathe. Personally, this stretch is very intense for me. Release the pose and circle out your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Sweep your left hand up overhead and feel a side body stretch. Sweep it up, stretch the side, and lower the hand down along your left side. Just a little bit of movement before stillness. Now, don't be crunching over. Envision a long spine. And even if you can only feel a side body stretch for a few minutes, that's completely okay. I mean, a few inches, it's okay. It's not about crunching all the way over. It's about finding space in your ribs, just a little bit of extra stretch in those intercostals. Close your eyes and turn your awareness inward. Release the pose and circle out your shoulders a few times. Sweep your right hand up overhead and lower it down. A little bit of movement before stillness. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Remember, go slow. Next time your arm lifts, pause. Close your eyes. Don't crunch forward. Breathe in and breathe out. If someone hasn't told you this today, you are enough. Lower your hands down. Come back to a standing position. You probably didn't join me on the floor. So extend your left hand out and clasp onto it with your right hand. Feel the stretch in your forearm. Do you spend your time at a keyboard? How often are you stretching your wrists? Remember, you have to take care of your body. Release the hand down and then extend your right arm long, clasp onto it with your left hand, and feel the stretch in your forearm and in your wrists. Close your eyes and breathe through it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release the pose. Circle out your wrists. Step your feet wide apart. A little bit wider, a little bit wider. Place your hands on your hips. Your feet should be parallel. And place a bend in your right knee. Notice the stretch in your left inner thigh. Can you sit back a little bit further? Draw your hands to heart center and close your eyes. Breathe. Switch sides. Place a bend in your left knee and notice the stretch on the inner side of your right thigh. Close your eyes and come back to the words of your intention. Release the pose. Lift your arms up overhead. Place your hands on your hips and gently sit back and go from side to side. Go slow. Notice how it feels to bring a little bit of movement to your body after stillness. Now hip hinge forward, and if available to you, clasp onto your thighs, ankles, or rest into the floor. Remember, no need to push yourself. There's a difference between finding your edge and experiencing pain. I never want you to experience pain at one of my yoga classes. That's not what I'm trying to offer to you. My goal is to help you if you're crunched over all day, to open things up and to come a little bit farther and to make time for you. Release the pose. Stand up tall. Bring the feet together. Roll your shoulders up and back a few times. Hip hinge forward and firmly press your hands into your shins, flat back stretch. Really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Last few moments in this posture. Try not to overthink it. Release the pose, stand up tall, and circle out your shoulders. I place a high value on taking care of your shoulders. Hip hinge forward, and if available to you, place your hands onto the floor and step onto your palms. So your palms should face upward. Breathe in and breathe out. giving some extra attention to your forearms today. Once again, how often are you stretching out your wrists? Breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Release the pose. Stand up tall. Circle your shoulders out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now this time, press your palms into the floor and step onto the tops of your hands. Notice how this feels. Now place a generous bend in your knees. Bend and straighten a couple of times. I'd rather have a lot of bending going on in your knees over rounding in your upper back. Release the pose. Roll out your shoulders. Take a moment. Separate your feet wide apart. Turn your toes out. Place your hands on your hips and lower down for a moment. Lift and lower at your own breath's pace. You don't have to go very far. Just where you feel a little bit of stretch in your inner thighs. Now place your hands just above your knees and lower your shoulder to one side and then the opposite side. Go quickly. Go at your own breath's pace, not too quick. Just whatever feels good in your body. Next time you twist to one side, find stillness. Close your eyes. Release. Lower the shoulder to the opposite side. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Release your pose. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Stand up tall. Lower your hands down towards the mat. Bend and straighten your knees a few times. And if you have blocks today and you feel super tight in your hamstring, grab your blocks and bring the floor closer to you. Clasp onto your ankles or your thighs. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Last moments in this posture. Release. Stand up tall. Roll out your shoulders. Step your feet together. Place your hands behind your back and feel the stretch. I gave you a little bit of preview of, pull your hands away from you and really open up your upper back. Breathe in and breathe out. Close your eyes. See if you can pull a little bit further away from your body. It doesn't have to be feet. It just some micro movements. Place your hands on your hips. Step your left foot forward. Point your left toe. And feel the stretch all along the top of your foot. Now, I want you to envision your left hip coming back up a little bit. So keep drawing that hip back and notice how much you can feel the stretch right there. These subtle movements can make a large difference in your flexibility. Just keep going with it. Now flex your foot and feel a stretch as you hip hinge forward. Bring a little bit of movement to your toes. Remember, you don't want your leg falling asleep on your yoga practice. So don't push yourself too hard. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot forward onto the ball of the foot. Place a bend in your left knee. Envision your right hip coming back away from you. Think of your hips being level, but visualize the right one coming back. Hip hinge forward and flex your right foot, toes closer to your nose. Wiggle out your toes a little bit. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Release the pose. Roll out your shoulders and take a Tai Chi twist. Just gently rock your hips from side to side. Breathe. Clasp your hand onto your left foot and notice how your thigh feels a little bit different towards the end of class compared to the beginning. Do you feel like there's any additional space that was made in your body? If not, that's totally okay. The important thing is you showed up. Breathe in and breathe out. Lower the foot down and clasp your hands onto the right foot and draw your right knee in a little bit closer to your left. You don't want to flail that leg out. You want to keep your hips parallel. Close your eyes and feel the stretch in your thigh. Release. Take a look at my hands. I'm going to sit down closer to the camera so you can definitely see, and place them in a prayer position and walk them up your back. Really sit up tall or stand up tall. I just wanted you to be able to see me today. I realize that I don't have the ideal space set up for standing sequences, but I'm happy to accommodate when requests come in, and I hope that you understand that I have a 2-year-old, so you may see some toys in the background up on the TV stand or in his little boxes. But I'm taking you away from your yoga zen right now. I hope you are okay with that. Release your hands, shake out your hands, and draw your hands to heart center. And always, always commend yourself for taking time for you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And please, let me know what kind of yoga video you'd like to see. Have a good one. Bye.